Argentina, Croatia, Nigeria and Iceland comprise the closest thing to a World Cup 2018 group of death. But who will make it to the all-important last 16? Scan the 2018 World Cup groups and it quickly becomes apparent that the pre-tournament favorites have been kept apart. That is predominantly because of FIFA and #X27's new ranking-based format for determining the groups. Although Spain and Portugal will face each other while Belgium and England will go head-to-head for what you imagine will be top spot in Group G. It means there won't be a traditional group of death in Russia next summer. However, that doesn't mean all the major nations are guaranteed their place in the knockout stages. So we asked our friends at Football Whisperers to analyze the groups and determine which is the hardest and who is likely to secure their places in the last 16. It would be easy to focus on Group B and determine it's the closest to resembling a group of death. Spain are still unbeaten under current boss Julen Lopetegui while Portugal are reigning European champions. Morocco have a talented side, too, but Iran are weak and should be cannon fodder for the three other sides. However, Spain and Portugal should make it to the knockout stages with relative ease, so it's a case of looking elsewhere for one of the major nations struggling. And taking the recent struggles of Argentina into account, it's Group D that could see the biggest shock of the tournament. L'Albiceleste's qualifying campaign was, largely, a shambles. They went through 3 different coaches and needed a Lionel Messi hat-trick in their final qualifier against Ecuador to ensure their place in Russia next summer. Few countries can boast the wealth of attacking options at Jorge Sampaoli's disposal, but coming up with an 11 and system that, firstly, gets the best out of Messi and, secondly, resembles a structured side has been difficult. Diego Maradona, a god in Argentina, is far from convinced about his country's performances. He said after taking part in the draw, Argentina cannot play any worse than they are doing. They have a manageable group but they have to improve. Fail to do so and that manageable group will become far harder than Maradona anticipates. Group B also contains Croatia, Iceland and Nigeria, 3 sides who have very differing qualities but can cause problems. Croatia are a team of many gifted players, from Luka Modric and Ivan Rakitic in midfield to Ivan Perisic and Mario Mandzukic in attack. They may not have entirely convinced in their qualifying campaign and needed to go through the playoffs to ensure their participation in Russia, but any team with the individual talents of the above players can cause problems against the best in the world. Nigeria, too, have talent in their ranks and faced a Messi-less Argentina in a recent friendly in Russia. The African nation came from 2 goals behind to clinch a deserved 4-2 victory thanks to a goal from Leicester and #X27 Iheanacho and a hat-trick from Arsenal's Alex Ibe. It proved that when everything clicks, the Super Eagles, despite sitting 50th in the FIFA rankings, can be a threat to any side. And then there is Iceland, who will be competing at the World Cup for the first time. The Nordic nation proved at Euro 2016 that while they may not possess a team of stars, Everton's Gylfi Sigurdsson is their biggest name, they are a side who are greater than the sum of their parts. England found that out to their detriment in France last year and Iceland finished above Croatia in their qualifying group, so are capable of making the knockout stages. It all means Group D is genuinely the hardest to call. If Argentina underperformed there is a very real possibility they make an early exit. But the belief is that Sampaoli will be able to devise a tactical structure that gets the best out of his talented players by the time they arrive in Russia. That could mean 3 very good sides scrapping for 1 place. It's tough to call but Croatia's tournament know-how could prove too much for Iceland, while Nigeria will need to stamp out the inconsistency which has seen them lose to Benin and South Africa in this year.